I think I'll make a lot of friends among spider sellers with this video. Welcome to TarantuTALK. Today we are talking about a topic I think I started once on a live stream, and this topic comes to the back of my head like over and over and over again. Something that is very close to my heart since like 1.5 and maybe 2 years. In the meantime, while we are chatting here, while you are doing your spider related stuff, I'm also doing something for this collection here. So this is one of Maria's spiders. This is a Heteroscodra maculata, a female. So Africa, feisty, dangerous, pretty venomous, so I need to be careful. I have like this little, how to call it, like gate made from cardboard. It's like one of my standard ways to deal with faster and more dangerous tarantulas, so to say. And while we do that, we'll chat a bit about this topic. So, you know, the hobby words right now are in a way fighting with like 4 very common letters right now. It's called FOMO. And for those people who don't know what that is, that's the fear of missing out. To give you an example, like in my case, a gaming company, like GW for example, they release a box that is like in limited supplies, and suddenly you come to this point where you're thinking, should I get the box because there might not be a second chance to get it because there's a limited print run. So you're kind of forced into this small little situation where you need to think about, should I buy this stuff now and not regret it later? And I think the same problem applies in a way, not so severe, but still in a way, in the tarantula hobby. So I think when someone gets into the tarantula hobby and also has, just like me, this collector's syndrome in a way, and you are experiencing this new hobby thing, then I think most of you will agree with me, like most of you experienced keepers, that you will with time acquire more and more of those 8-legged horror hamsters. So behind this lies a danger, like a danger, not necessarily like venom, getting bitten or that kind of stuff, but you might reach a point where stuff might be a bit too much. So basically, when you are in the hobby and with this whole YouTube thing, with people talking amazing stuff about the hobby, what stuff they have and what they acquired, how colorful they are, or taking a look at pictures in like a tarantula shop and you see the definitely not color boosted colors on like the shops page, they will be like, oh yeah, I also want a purple tarantula or a blue tarantula or a striped one, the first fossorial, first African, first Asian tarantula. So all this kind of stuff. You experienced keepers, you know what I'm talking about, because I also went through it. But then, after some time, there will come like a point of, or maybe not, but I think with most keepers there will come a time of like reflection, where you come to like your physical limitations about keeping everything in order, in check, everything fed, watered, rehoused, simple stuff like that. So just add a bit more cocoa fiber, because we can. So where lies this this danger? Yeah, like it's the limitation of things, the limitation of time. Because I get this collector's itch. I was once Magic the Gathering player. I like this collecting things, but tarantulas are not those. I mean, oh Pikachu. Tarantulas are we talk about collections, but tarantula collections are any like animal, living related stuff, even plants. They require constant attention. You cannot put them in a binder or shoebox. Don't put your cards in the shoebox. There is constantly some work that needs to be done. You need to feed them, you need to water them. You cannot postpone it that much. I know that tarantulas don't require that much attention, but still, there is some time that you need to put into it. Spiders are not Pokemons that you collect. Mystery box is not a booster pack. Just to give you like a point of view, like a perspective. So I think that is something that might be missed in the beginning, when everything is fresh. Everything is fresh and new. There might be some people that might disagree with that. So let's add a bit of plantarinus here. This starts to look nice. I mean, the spider will do like a webbing in the back, and the spider will live there. You know what? We can put more stuff here. I doubt that the plants will stick inside. The spider will probably tear everything out with some time. And I think I have some fake moss here that I can... No, that's too much. That's too much. I don't like this one. Yeah, that's better. So, with the advancement of the hobby, because if you get hooked, it will eventually happen. That you will have more of those creatures, and that's fine. That's fine as long as you keep everything in check, as long as you have the time to do the stuff, as long as you keep like a good overview of things. I think the first big obstacle will potentially come when you start breeding, pairing tarantulas. Then you suddenly you'll make a huge jump in numbers, and this is also like, this is a topic for a future episode, if you should start pairing and breeding or not, because this is also a highly subjective topic. So I do have some advice how to combat this FOMO, and I think there might be people on the internet that might disagree with that, because getting more means more sales, but I think in first line we also need to take into account like our well-being and the well-being of the animals. So yeah, I think a good way to approach this topic is like with most things, considering FOMO, like this nasty word, and like a more and more common occurrence in our times right now. When you see something that you really want, no matter if it's cheap or expensive, even if it's like this one occasion, I don't know how the Solaris tarantula is called, they are pretty rare and they are also pretty cool. Sit down for like 2, 3, 4 days a week, maybe give it a month after seeing the tarantula for the first time. If you still want the tarantula after that, then yes, then get it obviously, because you know what you will deal with later, like not necessarily like dangerous or stuff, but you know that you have made up your mind and it's like a conscious decision, not an impulse buy. I know that mystery boxes are tempting, but I think mystery boxes are also like they are kind of a trap in this whole hobby thing, since suddenly you get spiders that you might already have, and suddenly you have, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 Venezuelan sun tigers, the Psalmopeus irminia or Cambridgei. And I know the temptation that, oh yeah, there might be this one expensive tarantula, then it's like a booster, like, oh yeah, you might get that in magic terms like a mythic rare that everyone is chasing. So yeah, give it some time. Take your decisions like very calmly. Don't buy under an impulse that you want it right now, because this might eventually burn you out in the hobby. And I was like this close, not necessarily with tarantulas as the animals, but with a bit of like over ambition stuff. And the tarantulas, they also added a bit on top of that, because they had to be kept in good condition. So keep that in mind. Those are living animals. You only have 24 hours during the day. You need to have a certain amount of sleep. And this tarantula is not cooperating, so but I think that's also a cool thing when you're doing something live, just as we do on live streams. Where are you? Show yourself, beast. Where did she go? Where is she? I kinda don't want a running maculata here, so I will be very careful while trying to lure her out. I think she might be actually somewhere there inside, so oh, I think there she is. This is always tricky with African tarantulas, and oh, there she is. Okay, let's do a switcheroo here, because I already had the pleasure having a maculata on my back. It was like one of the most stressful 5 minutes of my life so far. I told this story on like a live stream. Basically I was doing some prep work with like doing some like regular stuff in the enclosure, and suddenly on the tweezers to the back of my like to my back, she just sprinted up And when I went to like the mirror and I checked, she was already in threat pose. So this was those were very stressful 5 minutes. I waited for her to calm down. And then I shoot her away. And that's not this one here. It was the one right there. So yeah, she's right there on the back of me. And she went to hiding. Ah, those monsters. This is something that a lot of people don't know about maculatas, but they can be very skittish. So they are not those super aggressive spiders. If they know that they can hide, they will hide. Just need to know where she is, and she's having a good camo pattern here in the dirt. Oh, there she is. Okay, one more try. Okay. Now we are getting her up. No, not out. You go into this little cup here. Oh, there was a bite. And now she ran away. Cool. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Yes. There she goes. Calmly is the trick. So there she is. Beautiful colors. She's not adult yet, but she will be adult very, very, very soon, so she will need her new home. And without any issues, we can just open the lid. Open the lid. There we go. And now we just calmly wait until the tarantula will get out. So that's how we do with like pretty venomous tarantulas without even getting close to them. So here's the question for you, experienced keepers, or like keepers in general. What do you think? Is FOMO actually a thing in our hobby? Because I think that a lot of people who are starting with our beautiful hobby are not aware that something like this exists even here. And yeah, leave a comment about that in the comment section down below. And while you are typing there, you might also add suggestions for future episode of TarantuTALK. I already have some ideas what to talk about, but maybe your ideas are better, and I'm pretty sure your ideas are better, so write them down below as well. If you like what you saw and don't want to miss the next episode of TarantuTALK or one of our regular videos here on Tarantuhala, or maybe you want to join on one of our Thursday live streams, at least most Thursdays, consider subscribing. Ring the bell, leave a comment what you like, what you want to see in future videos, and as always, thank you for watching. Tarantuhala out.